Welcome to the Hampton Inn, Seattle, Everett. Now, Seattle, Everett is a bit of a misnomer because this is not in Seattle. It is very north of Seattle. It is on the far side of Lynnwood from Seattle. So it really is just Hampton Inn, Everett. And so here we have standard features, but we'll give you the rundown. We've got something here to protect light from coming in on the peephole, so you can look out the peephole to see if anybody is wanting to come in, which is good, especially in case you get a knock on the door in the middle of the night because maybe somebody forgot what room they're actually in. And we've got the standard security features. We've got that little plate there, and of course you got the deadbolt as well. There is the Do Not Disturb sign, which I appreciate. Not every hotel has them, but Hilton Properties, Hampton Inns in particular, generally very good about that. So let's take a look. Now, we do have an adjoining room. However, we did not book the adjoining room. So if you ever happen to see this in a hotel or you end up in a room that has the adjoining feature, worry not, because you have two locks on your side and they have two locks on their side. So the only way that this works for anyone to go through the door is if both sides open both locks that they have. So you got to open 4 locks, 2 on each side, for that to be a thing. So don't worry if you ever see that. If you don't need it, ignore it. All right, so let's go take a look at the bathroom. And I'm expecting to see some pretty standard Hampton things. This is interesting because it looks like the coffee maker is in the bathroom. That's a little unusual. So there's the accoutrement for making your various coffees, regular decaf. It's got the cups and even sort of the little sleeves that they go in there. And you've got, your sugar and napkins and stir stick. There is also a nightlight here. Let's see if it works. Ooh, it does. And of course there's an outlet right there. And there's a trash down the side. Pretty nice sink dish. Good sized mirror, nice lighting. The walls look to be in very good condition, which I like. And let's take a look. So this is sort of the standard thing that you'll normally get at a Hampton Inn or DoubleTree. Most Hilton properties have something like this. So you got from left to right your Neutrogena shampoo and conditioner and body lotion. You've also got the soap and the bath soap. So what's the difference, you may ask? As you can see, one is bigger than the other. So the soap is generally for hands, and the bath soap is generally for the shower. And we've got the ice bucket here with a can liner in case you decide to go get ice. And you got a couple more plugs. And down here you have the hair dryer and just some space. Now we've got a little art on the wall there, kind of almost like poppies. I kind of like that. That's nice. And you got a hanger here. One thing I like about this is if you hang your full-size towel here and you're in the shower and you're done your shower, you can just kind of reach over or through and grab your towel without having to come out and, kind of get on cold floor and cold air. So that's nice. There's the mat for the shower. Let's take a look in the shower here. Probably going to get a little echo once I'm inside. It's got a grab bar here. That's really stable. I appreciate that. Even though I don't have a physical infirmity that requires a grab bar, just having it there, that extra bit of security, just in case you slip and slide a little, that's good to have. And there is the controls for the shower. So you got cold, hot, on and off. And you got a little ledge there for the soap and shampoo. Let's take a look at the shower head. Shower head's pretty good. There's a tiny little bit of grime there. Slight discoloration here, but by and large, that's pretty good. I'd give that like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments, how would you score the cleanliness of that? I definitely think it's certainly good enough for me. And let's continue looking around here. So we've got this wall here in the bathroom, and around the wall, that's where the toilet is. I always think that's kind of interesting. Why is that wall there? Is that because someone might be using the toilet while someone else is using the sink? Hey, you have whatever intimacy you want with your partner. That's strange to me, though. I don't want to be in the same room as someone going to the bathroom. Although, if you think about it, a public bathroom is somewhat like that, but still not my preference. Anyways, getting slightly off topic there. Okay, so we've got the nicely presented toilet paper, and you got the Kleenex on the back of the bowl there. Standard flush, so it doesn't have the 2-button system that normally saves water, so I prefer the 2-button system, but this is fine. It doesn't look like a large tank, so I think it's still relatively economical for the environment. And now we have a fairly decent towel selection. So you got the 4 hand towels there, the 4 face cloths, and what looks like 4 full-size towels, as well as additional toilet paper. So that's fairly well stocked, and that's something that's kind of nice to see. During the pandemic, a lot of these sorts of properties only carried a couple of each kind of towel, so it's nice to see the stock levels kind of returning to normal. It's one of those small little things that shows that, you know, the pandemic has definitely had an impact, but in some areas we're coming back. Let's take a look here. Got a little closet. Standard stuff in here. We've got the ironing board. Got something to put your luggage on, and you've got some coat hangers there, and a bag for, I believe, sending out things for dry cleaning. Probably an additional cost. So let's take a look. This is a king room with a sofa bed. So there's the king and there's the sofa bed. Let's go turn some lights on here, starting with the nightstand here on this side. So this is a Hilton property. The Hampton Inn is owned by Hilton, and that means you're gonna have plenty of power. So got a couple of bedside outlets there, which I really appreciate. We often travel with our Tron Power Cube, but when we stay only on Hilton properties, we know we don't need to bring it because there's plenty of power, and I'm sure we'll see. You can count the outlets. There were 3 in the bathroom, there's 2 here, now we're up to 5. Now there is some damage on this lampshade, which is kind of weird. It's kind of strange because everything else is so pristine that the lampshade, which is kind of like a fairly visible thing, yeah, that has definitely taken some damage and is such a visual piece. It's a little surprising. Oh, we've got a little bit of damage on the wall here too. This is pretty minor though. This is not going to affect my enjoyment of my stay here any bit though. Got a smoke detector and a sprinkler on the ceiling. Definitely something that you want to see for safety. What's that mark there? Is that dirt or is it alive? I think it's just dirt. Yeah, that looks just like dirt. Okay, so carrying on, this is the king size bed here. And we've got sort of this long ottoman here, which is good and bad. It's good because it's, you know, somewhere you can sit and you can set things on. Probably not your luggage. You probably want to use the luggage rack for that because you don't want to damage the leather. But this is also a tripping hazard because, as you can see, it blends into the background a little too well. So that's something to be concerned about. So you might want to consider repositioning that, especially if you're on this side of the bed and you have to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. You don't want to be stumbling into that. So let's check the other bedside here. Turn another light on. 2 more plugs. That brings us up to 7. And we've got the bedside clock here. And different features. You can select different kinds of music that you want it to play, etc. So there you go. Let's take a look at more of the room. So we've got a mirror over there, and there is the air conditioning thermostat. Let's go check that out. See what kind of, wait, what do we have here? More power. That's 2 more, brings us up to 9 plugs. So you see what I'm saying about Hilton properties having a lot. Let's turn on the air conditioning, set it really low, and let's see how that sounds. Is that going to put out a lot of sound? Sometimes that can be pretty important to people. Set it really low to kick it on. Okay, there it goes. It's very subtle, very kind of soft. This is a GE air conditioner, and so I am pleased with how quiet that is. Turn that off for now, and let's continue the room tour. We've got some art here. It's kind of nice. It's sort of a farmhouse thing. And we've got the remote control for the TV and a channel guide, which is helpful. And the TV is an LG, which is pretty common in Hampton properties. They don't skimp on the TV brand. Now the angle here is interesting. It's sort of pointed towards the couch, but of course you can adjust the angle on this if you wanted to watch. What normally you can. Okay, it's pretty stiff, but it does move. In case you wanted to watch from bed, you can adjust the angle there. And what kind of hookups do we have back here? Okay, so I've got some AV. There's a PC connection and an HDMI in. So if you wanted to bring something that you wanted to plug into the TV, it's got a pretty good selection there. The HDMI is probably going to be the key to whatever you're going to want to connect. So we got another garbage there, some more art, and another lamp. This lamp was in when we came in. We've got 2 more power plugs. That brings us up to 11 by my count. Are you keeping score? You think this is enough power? Let me know in the comments. And it looks like we've also got a connection there. Looks like an RJ45 for Ethernet. And it's got a chair for the desk. We've got several lamps in the room, and there's another one over there we can turn on. with another power connection there. That brings us up to 12. And one more down there, 13. Lucky 13 power connections so far. And so this is the couch, which is also a pull-out sofa. So you can remove the cushions and just pull that out, make your bed there, which is fine. Let's take a look at the view. Not the most impressive view in the world. You get a rooftop, and I think there's a dumpster down there, and you can see the building. So this isn't a room you'd want to stay in for the view. This is room number 315 on the 3rd floor. And so you've got the screen here for privacy, and then you've got the curtains here for blackout, for sleeping in. And I love sleeping in. You've got the fridge and the microwave. So standard microwave here, decent size. Doesn't seem to have a brand name, which is kind of interesting. So it's generic microwave. And over here we got a Magic Chef, kind of a bar fridge, standard thing you see in a hotel there. And you got a couple of drawers. And there are a couple of drawers as well on the nightstands. So if you found this video useful at all, please give it a thumbs up, a like. That helps other people discover this video as well, so it might help them, as hopefully it's helped you. And let me know in the comments, what do you think? Would you stay here? Would you like to stay here? Do you think 13 plugs is enough for all of your devices that you need to charge? Or would you need to bring your Tron Power Cube on a stay in a room like this? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to check out more hotel reviews. We give you tips on how to travel cheaper so you can travel more often, whether you're flying to Vegas or taking a cruise or going on a road trip across America and more. We've got plenty of stuff that you can check out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.